If you walked into a typical AIM classroom, it would be a very noisy place. Each word is associated with a gesture, and there's no need for translation at all. They're actually understanding the language as the teacher gestures for them to speak.
The gesture approach uses gesture to convey meaning. It's as simple as that. For example, mange or bois.
And I was particularly struck by the comment that one student made who said, when I first was learning French, it was a lot of different sounds and I really didn't know what it meant. But now I find that through gestures, I have a picture in my mind and therefore I'm able to see what I'm saying.
You'll see them use gesture to recall a word, which is amazing.
I had French at my old school, but I don't remember exactly what we did. It's just basically the teacher was talking to us and we just had to listen. But I think the AIM program helps us more because everything is reinforced with gestures.
I think I'm learning faster in the AIM program because they have more efficient ways of teaching French, like gestures instead of cards that we used in the old program.
Il y a 5 personnes dans ma famille, mais je pense que mon frère est un animal. Oui? Moi aussi.
They are able to produce sentences more naturally and expand their speaking to talk about their own experiences past the actual program. And that is not achieved through teaching vocabulary by theme.
Est-ce que tu regardes le vidéo Harry Potter?
Oui. Non. Oui, je regarde les vidéos de Harry Potter. Oui, cette week-end. Oui. J'aime de Hermione parce qu'elle est très belle.
Je déteste.
It is essential that during the initial stages of language acquisition, the children be provided with very important vocabulary.
So you've got to provide them with the means to express things that are relevant to their lives. So if we focus in on high-frequency words and high-frequency expressions, that's truly communicative.
They can actually communicate very quickly because they haven't spent a lot of time learning nouns they don't use frequently and wasting their time conjugating verbs that they are barely going to use.
On travaille avec les infinitifs.
What are the most important words in a language? How do we put them together? We're using them in everyday context. I don't need to know what a poisson ange is when I cannot even say ça va bien.
Je cherche.
Je veux chercher.
Je ferme.
Je veux fermer.
Now the teacher is also gesturing other elements of the language, not just word meaning associations, but also syntax and grammar as well.
What's nice with this program is that the children don't realize that they're learning grammar.
Une personne crie.
I actually learned the gestures very quickly, and really you only need to stay a few gestures ahead of your class.
Some of my favorite actions are populaire.
One of my favorite is fantastique.
Some of my favorite gestures are rap, content, et tombe.
Since I've begun AIM, there's no question that I'm seeing a lot more fluency. They can speak and pronounce these words beautifully, and it doesn't matter what level student we're talking about.
Fantastique, Jennifer!
It has been very successful for my students who have education plans, who have learning difficulties, all of a sudden are no longer apart from the group in terms of their ability. They participate and they acquire the same skills.
As the children build their repertoire, their vocabulary of gestures, it allows the teacher to then use these gestures in a structured manner based on the play or other activities, or in a spontaneous manner as he or she simply communicates to the children through the gestures.
Je n'ai pas de crayon.
Excellent. Well, I think gestures are great for shy kids. With gesture, everyone is speaking.
The no English rule is sacred. It's absolutely sacred.
My class only speaks in French during class time. I only teach in French. That gestures are an essential part of it, obviously.
Ça va très bien.
It's a joy as a teacher to see a student saying something they did not know they had the ability to say. And it's acquired and it's embedded because of the pleasant repetition, which is an integral part of this program.
Last week, one core French teacher asked me if it was a French immersion classroom. I said, no, we do 35 to 40 minutes a day. This is core French.
And I've been doing it for 2 years, and now I understand not only the gestures, but also the words that go along with them.
And French as a whole.
Yeah.
I understand it, and it's fun.
Children are starting to take this out of the classroom and are having fun with it in their own lives. And that's something that we've never experienced before.
I like doing them a lot. Sometimes at night when I can't get to sleep, I actually do the actions. And I start laughing so hard, my mom's like, "Why are you awake?" And it's so funny.
Je ne suis pas vraiment un garçon qui montre ses muscles. Je n'ai pas de gros muscles.
The play is used as the basis for an entire unit, and the teacher practices this play with the whole class, especially at the beginning stages of the program, a great deal.
I said, voici l'histoire des trois petits cochons. I had one student in the class say, oh, that's the story of the 3 little pigs. And I knew I had him from that moment because they knew the story.
Je souffle tellement fort que ta maison va tomber.
By the use of stories with which children are already familiar in their mother tongue, it allows a solid base upon which students can build and acquire new vocabulary. And so automatically students have a sense of comfort.
I think that the plays are funny and they're fun to do.
Maintenant, on peut s'échapper. On peut aller à Paris.
Oui, j'aime. Je veux manger des escargots et des baguettes.
Oui, je veux voir le Louvre.
By using drama, we allow children to become someone other than themselves. They can enter the role of another character and use and speak the language in the voice of that character. And in doing so, the children become more confident, more spontaneous.
Oh, merci, Monsieur Lyon. Merci.
He was a type of little boy that was extremely shy, didn't want to really participate a whole lot. And last year, when I started this program, within 2 weeks, he started wanting to participate.
Quand est-ce que tu veux jouer?
Je veux jouer aujourd'hui, à 5 heures.
Pas de problème, Francine. Merci. Oh, no.
This program offers kids who are frustrated with regular school-type situations with an interactive, physically active model, and they can't lose. They see themselves suddenly normal in this program. We are part of it.
Last year, in grade 5, I played Zigomar and Zigzag Zoog. It's funny.
We lose ourselves in the dialogue. We're working collaboratively with others, and the inhibitions goes.
Oh, je suis tellement occupée.
Imagine learning without emotion. Imagine learning when you don't care or aren't involved in your spirit and your soul and your heart as well.
C'est dommage, mais merci quand même.
Oh, je suis tellement excitée. Qu'est-ce que c'est?
De l'eau. Well, for years we've wanted drama to be part of all other subjects because the kids are not just role-playing, they're reading aloud, they're scripting, they're participating using their hands, lots of mime work. They are participants, they are spectator actors in this role. So I'm really excited that part of the arts is involved in the second language learning.
When the children are learning a play and they're entering into the role of the character, they become much less inhibited to use the second language.
They just get up and they pretend to be a cat and they're speaking and they don't even realize half the time that they're doing it in French.
Au secours! La lune est tombée dans l'eau!
It's important that we take this story as the starting point for a wide range of other activities, including working creatively with story.
They start with very simple things like phrases bizarres, where they make up a silly sentence that has to do with the play. And then from that, they can go on more and more to the point where they're actually doing creative writing, writing a story or a play themselves.
They're reading stories, they're acting out stories, they're becoming involved, they see themselves in the stories, they're having fun with the stories. They're also enabled to be creative with the language at a much earlier stage.
Son chaperon rouge a marché dans la forêt. Elle a joué avec des jolis animaux.
We take our time, we go in depth with that one play. So what's so nice about that is we can do so many written activities progressively, from the easy ones to the more difficult ones. And in grade 1, we have students that do 20, 30, 40, 50 questions based on this play, written questions. And so when a parent sees this and the student brings their folder home at the end of the term for their parent presentation, the parents are amazed.
It's really a highlight of the day for the children to work in their small groups and practice and enjoy acting out with each other. Sometimes the boys take the girls' roles and the girls take the boys' roles, and they have a lot of fun.